Alright, now let's check out this here. Look at that! Oh, you got owned! I just one-shot a Torment 6-pack! What? What is up, my ninjas? Shinobi here with another Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls video for you guys, and I've been keeping you updated as they've been updating 2.1. I think I'm eventually going to do like a complete review of 2.1, all of my thoughts about it and stuff, but they are constantly updating stuff, and I wanted to show you guys today some of the new stuff they updated, so you can take a look at some of this, because it's pretty interesting stuff. I think you're gonna like it. The stream definitely liked it. That's why my hair is all crazy messy and stuff. I've been up for a while now, and I just finished doing a really long stream. So I'm gonna show you guys some of the changes here. First off the bat, they changed the way that the Rift Keystones work now. They work in ranks and not tiers now, or levels. And you see that it has like a 28 on there, so you know which one it is. Right now I've gotten to like top 300 or top 200 so far, but I just started doing it. I also need a lot of pieces of gear and stuff, but that's not what the video is going to be about today. What the video is going to be about today is probably what you're wondering if you haven't seen the PTR yet. You're like, what is all that stuff in his bag right there? Like, what is that? Well, these are the legendary gems. I believe I have all of them. I still have to double check, but I want to go through and tell you exactly what these do and exactly how the legendary gems work. So first, let's go ahead and look into the ones that I have currently. So this one right here is Wreath of Lightning, and these can also, keep in mind, they can be inserted into a socket, into a ring, or an amulet. So you have three different options, right? Socket and an amulet, ring, right? So they have to be put into the jewelry. This has a 15% chance on hit to gain a mini conduit buff, dealing 500% weapon damage as lightning every second to nearby enemies for 3 seconds. I'm going to show you what this looks like later in the video, but I want to explain all these first. It's pretty cool. It's like you're a little, you know, pylon running around. It's pretty crazy. And then when you rank this up to 50, as you see in the top right corner, it says rank 1. You rank them up as you go. And the way that the rankings work is you go through the greater rifts, and as soon as you get to the farthest you can possibly get and you fail finally on whichever one, whatever thing you get up to, you get prompted with a screen, and I'll probably put it up on the thing so you can see what it looks like. And you have a chance to upgrade. The higher you get up in the tiers, the higher the chance to upgrade and rank it up. And as you rank them up, they get better and better and better as they go. And once you get to rank 50, you unlock the second ability that's on there. This one, for instance, has the well under the effect of mini conduit, you gain a 25, it should probably say %, increased movement speed. That's pretty interesting. You're just like, if you're constantly, let's say you're using like a whirlwind barb spec, right? And you're doing this, you're constantly hitting stuff, you're moving 25% faster, conduiting like crazy. I can just imagine how cool that would be. And I'm going to test that eventually, because that seems pretty freaking awesome. It can also work with a lot of different things, so you guys be creative. Let me know what you're going to do with some of these gems. I'd really like to hear what you guys have to say. So that's that one. So what we have right here is Pain Enhancer. Critical hits cause the enemy to bleed for 500% weapon damage as physical over 3 seconds. I tested this with the pet build, and things were getting like bleeding like crazy all over. It was really cool, and it did quite a bit of damage. It's not as strong as some of the other ones that I've seen, but with certain specs and certain builds and stuff, you can really utilize these, and that's one thing I love about this, because it's going to open up the possibility of more specs in the future. So that's one thing I like about these legendary gems. The second thing there, when you get to rank 50, gain Blood Frenzy, granting you 2% increased attack speed for each bleeding enemy within 20 yards. Pretty crazy. Going to give you a nice damage increase there. Next one here, I don't even know how to say that one. Moratorium, I guess. Probably wasn't that difficult. 50% of all damage taken is instead staggered and dealt to you over 3 seconds. Pretty interesting. I've seen people use this with the double Unity combo. Like I have the Unity right here. I still need one more Unity, and I gotta get like a socket in this so I can test that out. But still, putting this with there, like, nice damage reduction there. And then also the second thing, 10% chance to kill, on kill, to clear all staggered damage. So when you kill, say, I guess like if you kill a trash mob, let's say an elite mob hits you and staggers you, and you kill a trash mob, you could clear that damage. Like, that could potentially be a very strong defensive item. So we'll see what that looks like in the future. Next one here, this one, poison all enemies hit for 1000% weapon damage over 10 seconds. Now this could be really interesting. What if you do the Jade build or something, dot a bunch of stuff up? That's just more dot damage, more awesomeness. Could be interesting. And all enemies you poison take 10% increased damage from all sources. Pretty interesting too. Then we have here Invigorating Gemstone. While under any control impairing effects, reduce all damage taken by 30%. So if you get jailed or something like that, you take less damage, which is interesting. I don't know. This one's one of my least favorite ones. Heal for 20% of maximum life when hit by control impairing effects. So if you get hit by a jailer, it does that damage to you, and then you heal back up a little bit. So it could be interesting, but we'll have to see. You know, with certain specs and stuff like that out there, you could probably do something crazy. We'll see. This one right here, damage you deal is increased by 3% for every 10 yards between you and the enemy you hit. So let's say I hit this guy way over here, and I just like go burp, like that or something like that. It increases the damage by 3% for every 10 yards. 10 yards is not that much. 10 yards is probably like something like this between these two guys. So like right there, that'd probably be like 50 yards or something. About that far away. That's probably like 50 yards if you were to hit him. So, you know, you think that's by 5, right? So that's going to give you, you know, 15% damage increase. The second one is a really interesting one though. 30% chance on hit to stun the enemy for 1 second. Wow, think of that, right? Think of like the pet build with the fetishes and stuff, or a lot of other builds out there, whirlwind, things like that. You're constantly doing damage, you're constantly hitting. Stun, 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 stun. That's going to be really cool. So that's going to be an interesting one. Bane of the Powerful. Gain 30% increased damage for 20 seconds after killing an elite pack. Now I tested this one, and the only downside to this one, I think, is it doesn't give you a little buff down here to tell you how much time is left after you killed that elite pack. That could be very interesting for timing cooldowns and timing how you're going to kill things like that. So I think there needs to be like a little tooltip thing that comes up here that tells you how much time is left, because it doesn't do that. So you're like, how much time do I have left? Am I doing more damage? Like, so that's the only downside to that. The second one there is increased damage against elites by 20%. So throwing this into like a Stone of Jordan that already gives you crazy stuff, like lots of damage increase there. So it could be interesting. And think about it too. If you have 2 elite packs on you and you kill one of them, the second one you're going to do 30% increased damage to. And not only, and if it's rank 50, you're doing 50% increased damage to that second elite. That could be very good for the greater rifts. Then we have here, gain 1% increased damage for 3 seconds after spending primary resource. This effect stacks up to 10 times. Gaining a stack refreshes all existing stacks. So it's an interesting thing. It could be used in certain classes. I don't think I'd really be using it on the Witch Doctor that much, but some other classes may be able to benefit from that. And you also have gain 1% increased armor for every stack. Could be really cool. Then here we have this one, 25% chance on hit to increase your attack speed by 2% for 3 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. So pretty interesting. And then also the second one, which I really like, gain 2% cooldown reduction per stack. Very nice. So, you know, hit like crazy and get 20% cooldown reduction. That could be pretty useful for sure. Next one here, Simplicity Strength. Increase the damage of your primary skills by 50%. Oh man, that's crazy. And then if you put that with like, say, the Depth Digger pants that we have, like that's pretty crazy. So that could be, you know, if you're using like a signature spell or something, like a primary spell, go with the primary. That could be pretty interesting. Then the second one there, primary skills heal you for 2% of your maximum health on hit. So you know, it's like giving you life on hit, but it's a much higher amount than your normal life on hit that you would see on items. Bane of the Trapped right here increases damage against enemies under the effects of control impairing effects by 20%. Now I have a theory about this item here because the second one there says gain an aura that reduces the movement speed of enemies within 12 yards by 30%. So when you get this aura, does that count as a control impairing effect? So you just have 20% increased damage against things that are 12 yards around you? Could be. I don't know. I have to test that out. Maybe, maybe not. So that's that. Those are the gems there. And then the one that I'm using right now, and you may be saying, why are you using a rare you know, ring, Shinobi. That's weird. Well, I don't, you know, I'm a good player. In the past, I don't normally put sockets in my rings and amulets, right? So I had to use this other rare one right now, and I'm using this one, which has a 15% chance on hit to smite nearby enemy for 1000% weapon damage as holy. Then the second one there is periodically smite nearby enemies. So you just walk by stuff and you smite them. So let's go ahead and show you what that looks like, because people on the stream were pretty interested by this one. We are on Torment 6 right now, so I want to go ahead and give you a little rundown of what that looks like. Let's get like a bunch of mobs here. I don't want just like one guy. Here we go. You got some stuff over here. Grab these guys, and look at these beams come down. This is the legendary gem proccing like crazy. I'm using Rain of Toads, so I hit like crazy in an AoE. Look at this. Those hits that are proccing do more damage than my fetishes do. That's pretty nuts. Just laser beam. It never gets old, too. I did this like all night. I was just like, laser beam, laser beam. It's so fun. Like, look at that. That's crazy. Just doing crazy damage. Wow, look at all these mobs right here. This is gonna look cool. Boom. Boom. Look at them all. Look at them all. And this is Torment 6 right here, so... So awesome, man. So awesome. I wonder if this one will get nerfed. What do you guys think? Alright, now let's check out this here. Look at that! Oh, you got owned! I just one-shot a Torment 6 pack! What? Oh, they must have all procced like crazy. I wonder if they can proc off of a proc. And that's what it seems like happened there. It procced all down at the same time. I just one-shotted that entire pack. This is Torment 6. What? That was crazy. Okay, well that's not working as intended then. But look how fast this is though. Oh man. I just one-shotted an entire champ pack. Did they have like health link or something like that? I'll have to go back and look at that footage, but maybe they had like health link and they like shared damage, so they all just got one-shotted or something because it procced a bunch of times on one guy. Yeah, now this is interesting. Alright, let's just pop cooldowns here and just like see this guy get melted. Oh man. That's pretty crazy, guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that stuff? Oh man. I'll have to go back and show you that like clip again, like in slow motion or something, so we can see exactly what happened there, so I can recreate that every single time and just one-shot everything. That was nuts. I wonder if they all, because I wonder if they proc off of each other, because it hits so often, I think it does proc off of itself, which is probably something that's not intended by Blizzard. Alright, so we're back in town now, guys. That was pretty interesting stuff. They changed a couple of things too with the... when you go and hit this thing, you put this color looks different now. They changed that up, and then they have the glowing thing that happens there. They changed the bar that goes by, and I think they also changed it so your time doesn't keep going if you go back to town. I haven't tested it fully yet. They did some other changes as well. If there's any changes that you wanted me to talk about in the next video, or I'll keep you guys updated on these gems if they get nerfed or buffed or whatever, and then also look for that review video of 2.1 to be coming out pretty soon, where I talk about all of 2.1, my total thoughts on it, as well as a lot of other videos. So thank you guys for checking out the video. My name is Shinobi, and until next time, thanks for watching.